Hi, Paul.
Hello.
Zoe here with the Disc Golf Network. How does it feel to be back in Texas?
Well, it's been an adventure to get here, but it feels good. I mean, I can't complain about the weather today. I'll leave it there.
Can I ask a little bit about the adventure getting here?
Well, just like driving from Virginia, from Virginia here to drop my RV off before going to Scottsdale, and drove through ice storms, snowstorms, hailstorms, all the above. So it was an adventure, but we made it with about 6 hours before our flight left the next day. So it was.
Wow.
It's been a good one.
Boom, boom, the grind.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win last weekend at the Memorial. Coming off that always feels good to come in with a win to the next big event. And you've placed well here in Waco. Is there anything that you plan to change from previous year's game plans for the course?
Every year I feel like it's a little different. You know, my games, I'm working on a few things here, a few things there. So if I can do the things I've done throughout my career and then add a few new things, I think that's going to be key here. I feel like it's a little bit less forehand this year, and I don't know if it's because they've kind of cleared the rough up a little bit or things like that. It seems like I'm throwing a lot more backhands than I have in previous years. But, you know, just with that in mind, I think it's just kind of playing to what the elements are. You know, it looks like tomorrow is going to be pretty rough, and the wind's going to be shifted. And today it was really windy, but now it's like almost calm. So gotten, you know, a whole variety of weather so far here, but no, just game plan's the same. Just don't go OB and try to get as many birdies as possible.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing those thoughts about the course. I'm going to hand it off to Brian Earhart.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Brian.
Couple questions for you. I know you had mentioned to me last year that mids and fairways are kind of your favorite discs to be throwing. And I know last year you were throwing, either last year or the year before, you were throwing one of those jawbreaker wasps, those really flippy jawbreaker wasps. Can we expect you to have anything special in your bag for this week?
Yeah, I guess I threw them a little bit last year, so I have some ESP Reapers, so nice little fairway drivers out here. I can throw those backhand, forehand, and then I have CT Wasp this year. I do have one jawbreaker, but more so the CT that kind of lasts a little bit longer than the jawbreaker. But yeah, whipping those around this course a little bit, as well as obviously the buzz. So.
For the fans that are newer to disc golf, they probably have never seen a Reaper before. Mm-hmm. What kind of disc was the Reaper designed to be when it came out?
From what I hear, I wasn't playing at the time, as it came out around when Innova came out, the T-Bird or like the Eagle. So I think it was kind of based around those two discs. I don't know the full story, but yeah, it's kind of just a fairway driver, more like that 7-speed, and just very controllable. But what I really like is I can throw it forehand and trust it.
Yeah, I see. Last week at the Memorial, you were battling with Anthony Barela, and I know there was an infamous screenshot from a text conversation that was shared around the internet quite a bit. Sounds like if Anthony Barela beats you at any point this season, you told him that you would give him a BMW. Is that correct?
Well, close, but not necessarily like that. So we always trash talk back and forth, just keep it fun. And he said I won't beat him at all this year. So I said, if I don't beat you at all, you can have Hannah's BMW. So I put Hannah's BMW on the line. I probably could have put something else on the line, but I just thought it was funnier to put Hannah's car on the line. So
now, the final stretch of that course at Vista del Camino was kind of a tight race. At one point, you were within 1 or 2 strokes of each other.
Tied.
Yeah. Oh, at one point you were tied. Mm-hmm. Did that ever come into your mind that you were about to lose to Anthony and you were never going to live it down?
No, I don't think I ever had the thought that I was going to lose, but I thought this was getting way closer than I wanted. You know, it is fun battling with him. But I felt like there was a lot of people that were playing really well. Aaron was playing well. Adam wasn't playing. He started out really well, and then he slowed down. But I was like, man, any one of these players can catch me right now. But AB did in that moment. And so I was kind of just like, I need to get on my horse and continue my round, get some birdies here soon, or I could be in trouble. But, yeah, so it was fun to kind of rub it in his face after the tournament.
Yeah, live to see another day. One last question for you. I asked this to Paige as well. You both of you have been winning for a long time and been very successful at this game for a long time, and now life looks just a lot different for you than it did a decade ago. Does winning still feel the same way for you that it did 10 years ago?
I think the biggest thing for me is more so I think winning's great. I love, going out in tournaments, but I love pushing myself more than anything, more than the winning. I love going out and playing a tournament and being happy about it and just being like, all right, I played to my potential, or I exceeded what I thought my potentials were. I think that's a lot more fun right now than going out and winning every tournament, or at least that's the goal, is to win every tournament, because I feel like my skills, and if I play my A game, it's going to be anyone's A game. So that's kind of where I am mentally. So, it is golf. So it's always that story of you're battling yourself, you're battling the course. So I feel like that's kind of where my game is I want to be better than everyone else, and that's my mindset is that I am.
Cool. Well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Hey, Paul. Hayden with the PDGA. What is it about a tournament like the Memorial that's been going on since the 80s for you to keep going back to year in and year out and get your season going?
I feel like that one fits well to as the tour starts. We're here in Texas, very similar type of, not the terrain's very similar than something like Vista del Camino. You got the water elements similar to Fountain, so I think it's a great one to lead into the season. It's not a huge course. You kind of like walk into the season instead of full sprint. That's kind of why I like playing it, and I grew up in Southern California, so that was about 6 hours from my house. So that was kind of as far as I used to go back in the day and play a tournament and just drive home, drive there, drive back. So it's just always one that's fun. It's got some history to it, and I don't know. I just like going out there and playing that one.
What can fans expect from the 2022 season just overall?
Just continue to improve, Paul. I want to continue to improve and get better each year, and maybe dump a little bit more emotion into the season. Hopefully more positive emotion than negative.
Gotcha. Thank you, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Paul, Chris with Gatekeeper Media. One quick question. When you're making that long drive from Virginia down here through snowstorms, what do you listen to? Music,
Listen
podcast?
to?
Yeah.
Both. Music, podcasts. I mean, it's hard to stick on one for about 24 hours of driving, especially in the RV. You think it's a 16-hour drive, it turns into 24, 26. So both. I listen to disc golf podcasts. I'll listen to music, and you kind of go through almost every genre possible in that amount of time.
Is there any specific artists or genres you listen to before your rounds or anything like that?
There is a couple. It'd be hard to list kind of a playlist because it's all over the place. But probably the one that's most common is probably like NF and his music. It's more like a hip hop and stuff like that. But to be honest, it's all over the place.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hola Paul, Raúl de MX Disc Golf. Primero te queremos preguntar, todos los de Latinoamérica, ¿qué es lo que ha llevado a que tus campos en México, Colombia y Guatemala sean tan exitosos? So what we want to know in Latin America is what has made your courses down in Mexico, Colombia, and Guatemala so successful?
I think the team with the Paul McBeth Foundation is incredible. I think the way that we're able to filter through a lot of these bids, I guess, essentially to find sustainable places in disc golf, and then just when we are able to go down there, just being able to not teach it, but just introduce disc golf to a lot of people, and just show the joy and fun and opportunities that disc golf can present. And then I think we've just been very fortunate with the groups that we've met down there, because they've taken it head on, and they've just like Mexico, for example, down there in La Paz, like they have, I don't know if it's a club yet, but they have Instagram accounts. They're trying to run leagues. They're all about it. I think they're playing tournaments now. Like, we've just been very fortunate with the groups that we've met down in these countries, that the leaders and the people there are just so heavily involved in disc golf, enjoying disc golf, and actually teaching disc golf now. We introduce it, now they're teaching it to the schools, the kids around town, the town itself, and it's been incredible. And I'm grateful to be in this position and be able to go on these trips so far. I know it's something we want to continue doing, and hopefully we can hit some more countries down there in Latin America.
Thank you.